Hello everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I am Yoshi Lan, and I'm going to be doing an Oracle Cartology reading for Pisces, Sun sign, and South Node. If you're not familiar with what a South Node is, there's plenty of information that you can Google. Okay, you can also find your South Node for free on some of those astrological websites. I think one of them is Astrology Cafe or Cafe Astrology. Yeah, they're two different websites. Okay, so I'm going to be waiting for the energies for Pisces to come in. So Pisces is going to be getting the Mercury Retrograde energies and then sending it down into this deck so that I can pull some cards from it. I don't pull cards until the energy is in. And what Mercury Retrograde is, you may be wondering, is when the planet Mercury starts moving backward in the sky from the perspective of Earth. Now, if it's just an optical illusion, because it's not really moving backwards, then does it really do anything? And the answer is yes. Yes, it does. The energy flow is different because of the perspective of Earth. The energy of Mercury is going inside. And when it goes inside, it's helping us from the internal standpoint, and it allows us to access the deepest parts of ourselves more easily, because you can think about it as turning a dark room on with light at night, or rather you're taking like a torch in, okay, a flow of light into a dark space. That's what retrograde energies can do for us. Now Mercury rules the soul path, as well as direction and motion and communication. And why is that? It's because if you take a look at the energies of Mercury, it deals with anything that moves from point A to point B. So anything that requires any sort of transference, motion, or transformation goes through the planet Mercury. That's a lot of crap that Mercury rules, okay? So if you want a promotion or whatever, if you want to progress in your life or travel places, Mercury is the planet for you. Okay, and we're going to be taking a look at all these different signs. Now, this reading is specifically for Pisces Sun sign and South Node, but not strictly so. Meaning, you may have energies in your situation or life right now that resonate with the energies that Pisces is about to receive from Pisces, the Zodiacal Spirit. And as such, your soul has guided you here so that you can hear this message also. You don't necessarily have to be Pisces for this message to resonate. Okay, Pisces is now creating a field around me so that only Pisces' energy can go into the cards as well as give me reading guidance. Can give me guidance. Okay, because there's all sorts of forces out there that would love to offer guidance, but right now I'm only interested in Pisces. Alright, so Pisces, what would you like your Pisces Sun sign and South Node peeps to know for this upcoming wonderful Mercury retrograde in Scorpio? Oh, that's also why this Mercury retrograde is going to be very intense. It's because there's going to be a lot of emotion, and the Pisces, as a water sign, you're going to be able to go deeper than you've ever gone before. And maybe this is not something you really care for or want to do, but it's something that will be beneficial for you. Alright, so the energies are in. I'm going to start shuffling, and let's take a look. I am excited. I do have Pisces in my chart. It's actually like the only sign that's not Scorpio. It's crazy. I have a ton of Scorpio in my first 5 signs. Pisces is my moon sign. Okay, we have a direct message from Pisces that I will be taking a look at the end of the reading. When a card just goes like this and falls straight down, and neither me or the person sees it, that means it's a direct message, and that's something that is often at the end of the reading, but sometimes not the very end. Okay, I do readings based on how the energy flows and how I'm being guided to read the cards in a particular order. Okay, so that's cool. The last reading I did was for Aquarius, and Aquarius did not have a direct message from Aquarius. I think Aquarius already had enough of an energetic beatdown. So Aquarius was like, you know what? Let's just make this intense. Screw the direct message. This is all from Aquarius anyway. Okay. So the energies are coming. I was about to say the energies are starting to get nice and warm. Okay. So we have communication, which is fantastic. And interestingly enough, we also have the prison wave right next to it. And the prison wave was also in the exact same position in the Aquarius reading. And that's not a surprise for me because Aquarius is your neighboring sign, and so Aquarius and Pisces do share some energies. Okay? They're not entirely independent of each other. However, type 3, a type 3 person is going to be somebody who has the purest vibration of Pisces. And a whole bunch of cards just fell out. Okay, only one of the cards is for me to look at. Okay, and wait, are we done? No. Almost. Alright. So, Pisces, you are one of the most intuitive in the entire zodiac sign. And so, I trust that you have far fewer issues than the rest of the zodiac. But ironically, you're also at the very end of the zodiac, and so your ability to empathize and sense and feel everybody's issues is also magnified. And maybe there's also this type of confusion. So Pisces, what the Zodiacal Spirit is saying first and foremost is to trust your intuition. If you don't know what intuition is, or if you have doubts as to whether you're truly connecting to your intuition, then do some grounding exercises, meditations, or practices so that you can be more aware of what's happening within you, and then that will assist you in your centering and connection to your true self. And as you do that, you're going to be able to access your true intuition and not have it watered down or influenced or twisted by any other sources. Okay, because there's a lot of forces out there, as I said, and if there's any sort of weak point or access point that they can get into to tamper with the energies before it reaches you, then your intuition is not pure. And this is most likely why you may be doubting yourself. Okay, and also this is a general reading, so not everything is going to apply to you. The things that I am being guided to say from Pisces is going to apply to the majority of the Pisces sun sign and south node people out there. So if you're not part of that group, then don't take it personally. It's not something for you to actually take a look at. I barely even shuffled the deck and a card already came out. The Page of Water. Okay, so that's just confirmation of what Pisces is saying. You are taking actions to get in touch with yourself on a spiritual level, and I also see that you're starting to take steps into connecting as well as healing with your inner child. Your inner child, your true self, as well as your emotions. Because the water card, right? The water element deals with emotions as well as relationships. Okay, I'm seeing a very beautiful relationship that's going to be fostering between you and your inner self so that you can work toward your inner healing inner healing work and integration, because the end state is to have a whole self, right? We're going to take all these aspects of ourselves that we have compartmentalized or neglected or separated from in any way or have broken away from us, and we're going to bring them back into ourselves so that we can become whole in the present. Okay, let's see what other energies we have here. There's some interesting stuff happening. Okay, we have transformation at work. Lucky number 13. I love that. Okay, and so far all of the cards have been right side up, which means you are moving in a wonderful direction. And it's not that reverse cards are anything scary with me. I'm a sage, not an astrologer, so I look at things from a very energetic standpoint. And the reason why that is because energy is what makes up everything, including reality. And so if I look and read the energy, that is the closest to the truth. Okay, there's no arbitrary stuff happening here. It's the closest to the truth. And lucky number 14, lucky number 13 deals with the energies of unity, wholeness, into expanding your dimensions, and that has the foundational energy of 4, which means you're building upon that foundation. Okay, this is your spiritual foundation that you're building, and if you're watching this video, you're most likely very spiritual, because the stuff that I talk about is not shallow. It's not shallow. So kudos if you're here watching this video. The next card that came out is the Wheel of Fortune, also right side up. And that card that just flipped up is, but didn't quite come out, is a clarifier for the direct message from Pisces. Okay. When stuff like that happens, it's like the energy or the spirit is like, hey, this one, but don't look at it yet. This is important, but we're going to take a look at it at the end. And these direct messages that come at the end are typically going to be... Okay, I was asking if this card's right side up or not, because it came out sideways, and sometimes it comes out this way, and it's supposed to be this way. So I made sure to ask. I don't assume when I do readings either. I ask questions. So sometimes cards are also handed to me while I'm shuffling. It's just like, oh, it's just suddenly I have one card in my hand, or the deck will split in half, and then all of a sudden there's a card that just slips out. It's it's really magical, actually. That's it. Okay. Then where do you want me to cut this? Just let me know when. We're going to be taking a look at the major themes that you're going through. Okay. So you do have one reverse card, the Ace of Air. Pisces, you're letting your mind get the better of you. This is what Pisces is just flat out saying. And it's affecting your ability to pay attention to yourself as well as connect with yourself. Spiritual number 11. You have the Hawk Prince. So this is giving me the a gist of what's been happening with you these last several months since the last Mercury Retrograde. And you've been taking steps to really getting to know yourself. Whether you're doing this consciously or subconsciously, it doesn't really matter. The fact that it's happening is fantastic. The more conscious you're aware of this, and the more conscious action that you take of connecting with yourself, the more wonderful things will be for you. Because intuition and being intuitive is just the first step. The first step Intuitive is just like a very consistent happy accident. Do you want things to just continue being a happy accident, or do you really want to have this strengthened connection with yourself so that you can be confident when you say something that it is what it is and that you're saying it with accuracy? Okay, I almost flipped this these cards because I'm just like touching them and they're upside down. But Pisces is just reminding me the importance of your connectedness with yourself. As Pisces, there's a lot of tendency to be daydreaming, and this is also why this card's in reverse, because it's not that daydreaming is bad. The types of daydreams you've been having have been more, what is it, Pisces? Escaping from something that you don't want to be a part of. What are you escaping from? It seems like there's an element of structure, authority, rigidity. There's an Emperor in reverse right underneath the Ace of Air card. And why is this even important? Well, because if it's in reverse, you may have noticed that these past several months, your ability to manifest or connect or see signs has been spotty or shoddy. And the Ace of Air deals with the energies of destiny and fate, the law of karma, forces of transformation, as well as synchronicity. So this is affecting your ability to manifest things as well as see signs. And this is in direct connection with your connection to yourself. Okay, there's a lot of repetitions happening here. That's happening on purpose, but we'll find out more as we go on through the reading. Now, the first sign here, the first major theme you're going to be going through in this Mercury retrograde deals with communication. As Pisces, communication may not be one of your fortes, naturally. So what can you do about it? Well, it starts with yourself. If you know how to communicate with yourself, communicating with other people becomes simpler. Your ability to communicate telepathically, visually, will become stronger. Okay, this doesn't mean that there's any sort of retardation or that you're not intelligent. Pisces is very intelligent, as well as highly observant, highly empathetic, highly intuitive, highly psychic, okay? But when it comes to communication, what is happening with the Pisces? When you communicate with someone, make sure you know where the person's at. Okay, if you communicate constantly from where you are and how you see everything, and you don't take a moment to take a look at who you're talking to and what kind of person they are, what kind of energies they have, and you're highly empathetic, so you know exactly what kind of person they are, use the kind of words that they would use. Even if it's not how you would normally speak, you're highly intuitive. So the words will come to you how you can communicate more effectively with the other person. And you can use this technique on yourself. How do you communicate with yourself first? On an intuitive level, before you build that connection and consistency, so that you can continuously get this wonderful knowledge and magic divine knowledge through your connection. This connection through your soul star chakra. Okay. The other thing over here is that this is number 43. So this deals with the energies of spirituality also. The stability. Okay, so keep in mind that this is right side up. So what I'm saying is not that you're doing anything wrong. This is an encouragement and suggestion so that you can find ways for you to strengthen your connection to become more reliable for yourself. And the more reliable you are for yourself, the more you can trust yourself, right? And trust really doesn't exist. What trust is allowing your energy to continuously flow. And this is also ties into confidence. This ties in directly to confidence, because if your energy is not flowing, then you're not confident. Confidence is this radiance of energy. You can do that too, even if you have a difficult time believing or seeing it. Just why not imagine it? Okay, why not imagine it? So let's see. There's this okay, so moving on from this aspect, number 43. Okay, the prison wave deals with the energies of self-sabotage and poverty consciousness. Okay, I'm going to take a look at the card in the book, because there's something in here for you to hear. When the prison wave arrives in his realm as your ally, he comes to remind you of the law of paradoxal intent. Your own self-sabotaging thoughts and hidden beliefs are in fact preventing you from your highest purpose. You might believe that you're doing all you can to manifest your reality, but perhaps you're giving into thoughts such as the following: I can't do this, I'm unworthy, I'll fail so I try, I don't deserve this, I'm unlovable. In fact, you're locked in a prison of your own making, which is good news because it means that you have the key to let yourself out. This is a sign that you need to spend some time with yourself addressing those beliefs that counter your hard work to get ahead. You can change them if you want to. You don't want to stay in prison, do you? Take inventory of your thoughts so that you can let yourself out of jail. Spend a few minutes outdoors in gratitude. It's time to let the sunshine in. Okay? And if you take a look at this, it's not really a prison, because what kind of prison has this gigantic gaping hole allowing sunshine in? Okay? Do you even need a key? Pisces, you're extremely creative. You can create your realities. You live among multiple realities. You are a multidimensional entity. Okay? Everybody is a multidimensional entity, but a lot of people don't know how to tap into that. Okay? As a Pisces moon, I can identify with your ability to do this. So I know from experience what it's like to be multidimensional. I'm a dream traveler. I spend a lot of time helping other dimensions. So how can you help yourself with this multidimensionality? You've been through a lot of stuff. You've experienced a lot of things through your other dreams. Now, if you've daydreamed a lot and experienced a lot of wonderful things in your daydreams, don't discount all of the experiences that you've had in your dreams. None of that was a waste of time. Absolutely none of that. There is no such thing as a waste of time. Okay? All of those wonderful things you've imagined, all of those things that you've daydreamed and experienced in your daydreams or dreams in general while you're asleep, you can use that experience and bring it into this world. You have that ability. This prison, Pisces, is what you think you can do in the external world, in this reality, this consensus reality that we live in. Consensus reality is made up of 99.99999% ether, space, okay? Even though it sounds like it's solid, everything is made up of space. 0.0000001% is actually this physical matter that we call particles. Everything is actually not matter, it's actually energy. So if you have that ability to call upon these forces, these energies from all these different multiple dimensions, you can bring them in here. Now there's ways of doing this. There's a lot of spiritual growth and practice, because that is very advanced techniques to be able to do that type of work, but it all starts with grounding, being rooted in this reality first and foremost, so that you know where to bring the energies to and to whom you're bringing it, right? Your true self. And then this aspect of connecting with your true self also lets you know what you truly want. Because you're Pisces, there's this ambiguity and vagueness. You've encountered so many people, it may be that you don't know where you end and other people begin anymore. So getting acquainted with your true self, spending time alone with yourself so that you can know exactly who you are, will do amazing things for what you want. All these 100 different roads that you've been taking a look at and go, man, that would be really cool. I would like to do that and that and that. And who am I kidding? It's 1,000 different roads. Okay, these 1,000 different paths that you've thought of, they're all equally valid. But which one serves your soul purpose and is in alignment with your soul path? There's probably only a few of them, maybe 2 or 3 out of that 1,000 that you're looking at. And when you have this sense of clarity and connection with yourself, life gets a lot easier. Let me tell you, I used to be in my head a lot, so much, and now I use my spiritual senses and things just work out magically. And it's not because I'm accidentally doing these things. There's a science to spirituality. You can have consistent results by looking at the energy and tapping into your senses and your chakras. Yoga tells us we have 360 senses. 360! And as Pisces, you have the greatest ability to tap into those 360 senses. Why do you think you're multidimensional to begin with? Okay? A lot of fantastic things. Then this goes into the next theme that we're going to be looking at, the Metal King. The Metal King deals with discipline. This discipline deals directly with your expansion as well as contraction, going deeper as well as higher, and your spiritual practice, number 37. And this combination gets you that 10, right? 3 plus 7 is 10. You get that God force, the ether, in combination with the ability to connect with your true self as well as affect reality. Because if you are your true self within you, then you can manifest what you want for your true self in the external world. This is how I teach the law of attraction. It's not about what you think and what you want and all this shallow bullshit. It's about who you are. Who you are is what manifests. And if there's all this struggle, all this confusion in your life, and there's all these people who are confused as fuck, it's because you're confused inside. You yourself are confused, and so that's what you see, and that's what you pay attention to, and that's what you attract. Alright, moving on to the energies. Right now, you're going through a wonderful phase of getting to know yourself. So that's a great segue to encourage you to continue doing what you're doing, and this will get you to your next transformation. Okay, Pisces, what transformation do you want us to talk about specifically? So Pisces wants to hone in on the spiritual aspect, true spirituality, getting to know your true self and your whole self. Any practice that allows you to be more in touch with your true self, as well as do soul retrieval to make all the aspects of yourself that have been lost over time or have been compartmentalized within your whole self, is true spirituality. So when you start doing those things, you're going to have more consistent results. And the transformation that Pisces is showing me is your ability to have consistent results and be confident in yourself as well as trust yourself. These are probably some things that you've fantasized about a lot before, but don't know how to manifest in the real world. Well, here are your clues. Pisces is giving them to you right now. And what happens next? Synchronicities. The Wheel of Fortune. Lucky number 10. Like I said, the Metal King, 3 plus 7 is 10. You have a direct mirror right here in the Wheel of Fortune. Synchronicities. Things will start manifesting. All this stuff will become more consistent, right? Pisces is letting me hone in on the wheel aspect, where things go in cycles. When things go in cycles, you have a reliable outcome, right? The energies are going through one way, they're going through this, and then they get to the end, and then you get the result. And then you like the result. So then it encourages you to go through that cycle again. But the cycles that you're going through now are not exactly what you want, and that's why you're going through this period of transformation during this Mercury retrograde. A very beautiful transition and transformation of getting out of your prison that you have created. This prison of what you assume reality is like. Reality is not as fucking boring as you make it out to be. Reality can be freaking amazing. The spiritual work that I do deals with energies on multi-dimensional levels. You can also do this too, if you allow yourself to tap into this power. And then, guess what? The Page of Earth. Things will start manifesting in your material world. From synchronicities, right? The ether, the etheric power, the God force, into the Page of Earth. So the Page of Earth also talks about diligence and commitment, I believe. And this ties into the discipline, the spiritual discipline to your growth and your inner connection. What is happening here? Let's see. Oh, that's not even the right book. Okay, Page of Earth also has something in here that Pisces wants to hone in on. Prosperity. Commitment to prosperity. Okay, there's also the first tangible signs of success. So the success here that Pisces is talking about is your success in consistency with your spiritual abilities. Because you probably have a lot of spiritual abilities, but they may not be so consistent, and so you don't really put yourself out there. Okay, because there's that element of fear. What if it doesn't work? What if I'm wrong? What if I'm inaccurate? What if somebody hates me for it? What if I fuck up somebody else's life? Well, let me just tell you that everybody has the choice to believe whatever you say or tell them. And it is also their responsibility to use their inner guidance to determine whether or not what you say is applicable to them. So if they choose to do something and it ends up fucking up their life, that's on them. Okay, it sounds fucked up, but it's true. It is on them because they chose to do it without first checking in with themselves. Does that make sense? There has to be responsibility for their own actions. It's not just because you told them something that happened to be inaccurate. So, not that you're going to be inaccurate, but maybe this has happened in the past, and so I'm telling you, this is not a responsibility for yours to bear. And I know you have that empathy, and so you can feel and sense what you've done to them and what they've gone through, but that is not yours to bear. That is not your burden. So there's also dreams grounded in reality. There you go, pulling in dreams and putting them into this particular reality. You can make this world fucking magical if you want it to be. And okay, so now we're circling back to commitment to prosperity. Prosperity means you have connection to yourself, and so that connection to yourself brings in energy. This energy flow is what prosperity and abundance truly means. And that will give you health, that'll give you money, that'll give you whatever the hell you want, friends, family, romance, all these wonderful things that you want in your life. You first have to be able to bring within you. Okay, once you start embodying this prosperity, then you're going to start having all these amazing things, and it'll be completely unbelievable when these things start happening, because again, you're so used to this prison that you've built about what you believed reality to be. But it's time to discard those beliefs. I actually encourage you to discard all beliefs. Any type of belief limits reality. So what do I do then? I operate based on how the energies flow and what I see and perceive, and that's it. I don't believe in anything, okay? I go things based on my understanding. It's not a belief. And then my understanding, because it's not rooted in any type of belief, is free to change as I grow and evolve as a spiritual being, okay? Oh shit. Okay, so with that said, we're going into the direct message. And Pisces is, um, yeah, this is probably going to be scary. But the Lady of Lightning has appeared in reverse. And that's a direct message from Pisces. So this applies to you right now and throughout the whole Mercury retrograde. What this card tells me is that there's resistance to the energy flow as well as change. Okay, she deals with the energies of surprises and total paradigm shifts. So what I just mentioned, talking about how I don't have a paradigm, how I've shifted out of any paradigm, this is scary for you, okay? You've been comfortable in all these different fantasies, and going into this total paradigm shift, bringing all these things into reality, connecting with your true self. Allow yourself to experience these energies. Practice the law of non-resistance, because if you're afraid of experiencing pain or suffering, it's because of resistance. The true root of pain and suffering is resistance, not anything else. Okay, it's not hurt. Hurt is an experience. Hurt is something that a lot of people go through. But the pain and suffering and anguish of hurt is from resistance. It's from resisting the experience. It's resisting the hurt. And don't resist any aspect of yourself. Embrace everything so that the energies can flow peacefully, because the Lady of Lightning wants to be your ally. And the Lady of Lightning is a wonderful ally. I've had her as an ally multiple times when I first started my spiritual journey, and let me tell you, the paradigm shifts were massive, and they were drastic, and they were intense. But as a Scorpio, I love that kind of stuff. I love massive paradigm shifts. For Pisces, you're much softer generally, and you don't enjoy this type of massive derangement. But it can be good. And just because it's a massive derangement doesn't mean it has to be messy. Okay? That's also something that Pisces wants me to tell you. Things don't have to be messy. If you allow the energies to flow smoothly and don't have that resistance, the energies will be able to flow smoothly and beautifully. And all these things are suggesting that this is the case. Okay? So these 4 cards, they're all right side up, and they're all flowing together one after the other. This Mercury retrograde is pretty much set up for you. This is the best reading I have seen out of the entire zodiac. Okay? Hands down. This is the best reading I have done out of the entire zodiac for the Mercury retrograde. And what is at the other side of this total paradigm shift? Your true self. Non-conformity to any type of structure, paradigm, belief, this exact thing that you may have been running away from, flying away from, this as Pegasus, all of this stuff you can be liberated from. You can embrace your true authentic self, and as such, be consistent, be confident, and be your absolute, I'm not going to say absolute best, but be fucking awesome, okay? Moving out of paradigms, there's really no such thing as best. But awesome, there's no limit to awesome. So pursue your awesomeness. You can become a high horse. Rather than being on a high horse, you are the high horse. This unicorn that is surrounded by fire fae. And that's a wonderful thing. Fire deals with the energies of intentions and actions. So take action in connecting with yourself, with spiritual number 7. Embrace your spirituality. And then there's also this aspect of expansion into different types of choices. Your choices will become more varied, more wide open through this paradigm shift. Don't resist those choices, the new choices that you have available to you through this paradigm shift, so that you can create karmic resolutions. Karmic resolutions is a rite of passage. It's something that everybody goes through in order to show the universe that, hey, I've learned, I have become wiser, and now I'm making conscious choices to change my life into a better way, to become aligned with my soul path, and now I'm going to do really amazing fucking magical things in the world because I am connected with myself, and I'm working on that connection every single day. Alright, that wraps up your reading. Pisces is very happy. I hope you're happy too. This is a really fantastic reading. I am refreshed. I am refreshed because I just did the Aquarius reading and holy fucking shit. That energy was very intense and very heavy. This energy was very different. Okay? And it wasn't because the Aquarius spirit is very heavy. It's because the message was very heavy so that it can sink into the Aquarius air sign. Okay, so that the message can sink in. That's why the energy was so heavy. For you though, the energy was very clean and concise so that you can really see the picture that Pisces wants to give you. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this information very beneficial as your forecasts into this coming Mercury retrograde, which is October 31st. And also, if you'd like to support me, please subscribe to my channel and also like my video and share these with other Pisces friends of yours. You can also share the other astrological videos. I have done readings for Aries all the way through Pisces for this Mercury retrograde. Alright, thank you so much again. Namaskara, enjoy the Mercury retrograde, and I can honestly say that with a smile because this is a fantastic reading. I'm excited for you guys, and see you around.